I have officially returned. That's right, my now non-existing audience. I'm back. This is also the first time of me actually editing a video. I've been iffy to put my voice on the internet because of security reasons, but I'm doing it anyway. As you can tell, I have not posted in 7 months. By this time, I would have posted another episode of Bob's Fury if I was fully dedicated, but I've been focusing on other matters like improving my skills, and because I want to get to a point where I can make professionalized animations, but the only way I'm going to get there is if I spend my time improving my skills, obviously. For the most part, I've been focusing on anatomy because I would like to make close-up shots in my animations to where the anatomy of the characters are precise. When I do this, I can capture the intensity of the shots and just the pure raw emotion that I want to include. The other thing I've been focusing on was programming, because it's generally a very useful skill. And in my view, the more a person codes, the more they're able to manipulate a machine and become more free-form. I think this whole Bob's Fury series deserves more of a background explanation. When I first got the idea, it was very basic and very raw. I wasn't sure if I should go forth with it at all. I was conflicted with the very idea for a solid 2 months, because I knew if I were to go forth with it, it would create a devotion, more like a dedication, and that stems from my passion to create something very intense. So I started off with the first episode with no animation knowledge, so it ended up looking very basic and bland. The good part about it is that it created a foundation. It set the bar to where I was at my animation skill, and that in itself is very helpful. It allowed me to grow because I started off with nothing. I moved. Soon after came the second episode, and this one was this one was the most cringiest, really. But I did start to move from basic angles, and there was a tad bit more color. During my time animating it, I thought that creating the sky would be too much work, especially since at that stage of my drawing, I didn't have much of an artistic endurance then. But during this episode, I took a lot of inspiration from multiple professional artists. That's why you see the weird zips and zooms and blocky patterns. But even with Flip-A-Clip's data loss from increasing the size of images drawn, I'm really glad that I've even done the episode. I'm glad that I even tried. Overall, the biggest flaw in the second episode was me adding motion blur. In the third episode was whenever I started to ramp things up. I wanted to try as much as possible, and that much is clear. I tried so hard that I ended up messing up a lot. Many changes came about with this third episode, like speed, color, and actually a sky that's visible to the human eye. During the climax of the episode, I added a lot of impact frames, especially with the part when Zictrus absolutely blew himself up, and the way I did it was very close to what I had in mind. The only bad part about it was that Zictrus snapped back into the central position of the screen, and that absolutely threw everything off. But what came after that was probably more of the Sakuga feel that I wanted, like Bob gliding across a rocky surface at probably the half the speed of sound. The general idea of the sequence was Bob running away from this giant thermonuclear nuke that Zictrus created, but I wanted him to run away in a way to where all the limiters in his body were suppressed. That's why his extremities are so bloody in the aftermath. During the times whenever Bob was running at half the speed of sound, I wanted him to move unconsciously, but allow his subconscious part of his mind allow him to take action physically. In the after parts, I really focused on a cinematic feel as much as possible, but that attempt was pretty much limited by Flip-A-Clip's limited tools at hand. The ending of this episode is what really sparked the overall lore of the story, and so far it has completely changed to what you see now. For example, you seeing Bob going in a Super Saiyan state is completely out of the picture. I also want to make a note on the music for all the 3 episodes. I used funk because it was a genre that I liked and it communicated intensity. But the way I executed it was very unideal because the music itself was just not matching the video. These 3 episodes together was more like a start. It was me feeling the waters around me. So I really did enjoy the journey, and I know there's more to come. But after those 3 episodes, I posted just a little more. I even posted an episode sneak peek. I actually started at the beginning of this episode, but after I tapered off, because that's when I started focusing on my other things, what I previously listed, programming, anatomy, and there was also another project I was working on, a conlang. This conlang is like a second devotion, and it is actually connected to Bob's Fury as well. But apart from that, with my return, I want to establish a new upload schedule, something that's more fluid and not so rigid, like the last. The rigidity and the expectation I went for uploading is what exactly caused me to lose motivation. So for my upload schedule now, it's going to be completely fluid. I'll be posting in a way that doesn't feel so demanding to me. I'm sure some of you animators that are watching my video are familiar with this reverse psychological effect. But even still then, parts of Bob's Fury will take a while to make. Now, during my time away, I haven't stopped animating. I've still been animating, but just not posting. I've been purely focusing on my skill. I've been really wanting to focus on more full-bodied animation, like G-sticks for example. The G-sticks are a crossover between full body and stick figures, and they're normally drawn out very aesthetically as well. I've recently been more focused on including more realistic physical effects, because without physics in animation, it's not going to be that very good. I've also been exploring complex angles in animation, ones that move and pan across the screen. The most prominent problem regarding the episodes of Bob's Fury was that realistic movements were too rushed, and that created an unrealistic effect, and completely took away the Sakuga feel that I wanted in parts. But with my most recent animations, I've slowed everything down, and that fixed the problem I've been having. Now the animations I want to show now are going to be in fragments, because I want to post them in full in separate videos. Oh, and Bob, you're distracting me. Keep in mind that some of the animations are unfinished, so enjoy. I would also like to live stream, mainly because I want to show the evidence of what I'm doing, mostly because of AI being an enormous thing. I'm not obsessed about this problem, but it would be preferred to do. Because if I somehow create a shot that I envisioned and it comes out perfectly, then live streaming it would be beneficial. Because in the future, complex animation is going to be hard to believe in some aspects, because you wouldn't know if it was AI or not. Mentioning AI, if my series doesn't explode, it wouldn't really matter, because getting this idea, this story out of my head is what I really want to do. Creating this entire series is what I want to do. I should also discuss on how my idea started. It started with a simple idea to create a stick figure, a character, however you want to put it. A character that has a simple name but is incredibly powerful. This trope is actually pretty reoccurring across social media and other platforms. I then started creating a comic that was based off Dragon Ball because that was my main inspiration at the time. This Bob's Fury comic ended up being around 100 pages, but I stopped at an arc called the Catharsis arc, because that's when I started to conflict if I were to bring this out into animation or not. And that's where the background I discussed comes in. Another thing that I would really like to do is to add voices to Bob's Fury. The problem is that whom am I going to choose for these voices? The thing is that I don't want to just pick anybody for the other characters in the story. I want to pick somebody out of purpose. Fortunately, the previous episode I've been working on is relieved of this need. Now for the most important part, the lore. I've been developing the lore and plot of my story during my time gone, and I've been doing it using Obsidian, a very reliable note-taking app. So conveniently, I can show the interconnected information of Bob's Fury on the screen. During my time developing the lore and plot of my story, new terminology and ideas and concepts have just been compounding and interconnecting with each other. With this interconnected web of nodes, you should first notice that some nodes are bigger than the others. That being most noticeably Bob, the Thornbrian poem, and arcs. Other important nodes that aren't so big are the Euphorites and Will's Fire. So I'll just leave those terms and ideas to just bubble in your mind. And apologies for any mic changes. I might have more mic changes in the future because my mic is pretty unpredictable. And for dividing the story of Bob's Fury, I may just have the episodes be parts. Then the bigger sections, like arcs, would be chapters. And for the final subdivision of the story, like major time frames of the story, will probably be named Terras. Generally, the word Terra references to geographical meanings. In science fiction, it references to bigger things like the planet Earth. Now, considering that Bob's Fury is an animated series that's science fiction, it would make sense to use the word Terra, because the word Terra has a certain ring to it that indicates depth. And I want the series to have a lot of depth to it regarding space. And in this context, there's going to be a lot of depth in space in the second Terra, if I'm guessing correctly. If you made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate you watching. So, since you have a certain level of interest in what I'm doing, then you should definitely reach out and interact, like subscribing or liking, maybe leaving a comment. And for leaving a comment, you should definitely leave me a question. I love that type of engagement. But at the end of the day, this is all up to you. Thank you for watching this video and hearing me out. So, as said in the third layer of the Thornbrian poem, Folklore 4.